Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm on chess.com and I just got paired up playing a 3-0 game. So we are not going to play perfect chess. 3-0. You need to get a move on and fast. I like going with this h3 move before playing d4. Maybe even rook to e1. Let's do rook e1 first. And we're going to do this. I want them to commit their d-pawn first before I play d4, or maybe decide to give my bishop a kick. So let's see, I rarely play 3-0. I don't see why I can't do that. There isn't any tactic on e4. There isn't a good discovery, as far as I could tell. We're going to find out though, I guess, huh? The rook here. I just back up with my queen. This is a long-term issue. If there isn't something quick, this is something I could bite at. This isolated pawn. So rook here. Okay, there's queen there, huh? Oh, that's a sharp move. Hitting my rook and bishop. Knight c3, knight takes pawn. Let's see. I have a little bit. This is a critical moment here. Let's go for it. They might go for this here. I'm going to see. They'd be giving up a very valuable piece. Okay. Pawn takes? What's wrong with pawn takes? I don't see it. Let's see what they do. Okay. Well, now they're ready to move the knight. I should probably just get out of the line of fire. Recapture the bishop. Down about 10 seconds. Yeah, I have pre-move on. And there are multiple pre-moves, let's not forget that. Queen b6, I have bishop e3. Okay, I'm up a pawn. Keep this knight under control. Maybe pin the knight. Rook here, knight here. Would I really want to give up my bishop? Bishop g5, h6, bishop takes knight, bishop takes. And then rook here, they have the two bishops, but I'm up a pawn. Something better than bishop g5. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go with h6. Let's just take. And hang on to my pawn, if I can. That didn't last long. Okay. Well, I'm going to give that pawn back up and then look to get to the 7th rank. I'm going to take that. Okay, they're smart there. Maybe I could do this, actually. On bishop g5, maybe I go back here. Alrighty. Let me just go back a step. Maybe I do this. Yeah, this move actually will kick the bishop to d7. Let's see. Can even consider pushing. Let's not forget about that. Weakening my dark squares over here. Let's just step up again. You gonna come back over? Maybe I do this. This looks interesting. Pressure on f7, hitting the bishop, d6. d6, yes, d6, knight d5 opens up a new square for my piece. Even on time. Where are they going to go with the bishop? Let's just push here. Bishop here I could take and push further. He is passed. What are they doing about f7? f6 looks ugly. That also looks pretty ugly too. How about we go here? Take and then bishop here. I'm hitting the b7 pawn. Let's take. Actually, bishop takes I could push. They're in a pin. I could do this though, no? I'm on this. I might have just blundered. Bishop takes knight, bishop takes here might be working out. That's a good move. Don't know what to do. Gotta move, though. Knight to d5 and then here? That was probably better. Did I lose my chance to do that? Bishop b3, knight d5, knight e7. Even on time again. Let's try that. Their bishop cannot move. Yeah, I want to pile up on this. Even c7. Knight d5, knight c7. I have a time edge. Let's go there. Knight here. Also, there's knight g6. Knight here threatening the rook and threatening a fork. Pretty serious. Let's just go right in there. They'll probably sack. Also, they can't move their king. Okay. How about we trade rooks? I almost missed that. This should do it. I'm going to grab that pawn. Centralize my king. Oh, they just dropped their bishop. That's going to be it. I'm ahead on time. Now they're going to play this one out. Get some pre-moves in there, huh? Ooh, man. We're going to see if something was missed right there in that middle game. Alright, they resigned. Let me, I don't know how much there is to really review with this one. This opening... Yeah, there's something with this. I like seeing this d-pawn move. How to say it? Black is currently, after their castles move, they're in a position where they will next need to open a door for the light square bishop. So d6 or d5. If they play d5 before I commit my d-pawn, what this means is that I could play e5. Let me just put it on the board. Actually, let me point it out here. It's my move. In the game, I played h3. But if I play d4 right now, this is how black can follow up. They could take, and then immediately challenge my structure in the center, my pawn duo in the center. And if I play here, they could centralize the knight. This is something I want to avoid. I don't want to allow this possibility for black to post up in the center on e4. So by delaying my d-pawn's advance by playing h3 first, now if black, let's say, plays d5 without me first playing d4, I could play e5, and this isn't a possibility because I could play d3. And guess who's trapped? So I like this h3 move. It's useful, more long-term flight square, and it's kind of a waiting move. Let's see what black does with their d-pawn, or if they'll even touch the d-pawn. In the game, they played e5, and then it allows, I believe at least, this d4 move is scary. It is scary, and I'm going to check it out with Stockfish. Maybe there is some trick that they have against my queen. I'm thinking that there might be some tactic with how they played it, queen a5, but then on the next move, knight takes e4, with bishop takes pawn, and then taking the bishop. Well, I'll investigate that. But yeah, this was my idea behind h3. I know it was really quick with this 3-0 game. Couldn't really voice all the thoughts that were running through my mind, but I certainly wanted to share that with you right now. My idea with playing h3 prior to d4. I want to see this d-pawn commit. I want some more information with black's next move before I pull the trigger on my d-pawn. So, how did this play out? Played in the center. Yeah, it's a big moment now. Maybe I just get nothing at all. What about d5? I was talking about this is a target. Well, what if he's no longer on board? I guess I have this. If I'm just capturing, I have absolutely nothing. Takes, and now it's black who's even better. One move away from completing the development, and for me it's quite tricky to even get to this natural c3 square. So imagine on d5 I would have to try e5, And yeah, okay. I think that's what would be called for if black is to play d5. Where would the knight go? You know, this pawn is a bit cramping. Knight here, I could challenge him right away. Knight takes. Queen takes, pawn takes. I guess the queen. And then maybe try to get in a quick bishop e3 to d4. Yeah, maybe a slight pull here for black. This guy is passed, so I'd want to blockade him as soon as possible. Okay, but we played it out here where I played d5 after queen a5, which was really aggressive, hitting up both bishop and rook. Now d5. You see, right here I was thinking they could take. Now queen takes knight. Bishop takes here. Pawn takes, queen here. Ah, this is something to avoid. Dark square weaknesses, but it's more than that. This rook actually just cannot even move. Rook here. We got mate coming up next. Yeah, so this is probably something that they looked at and then shied away from, seeing that this combination is involving the loss of their most important piece without question, their dark square bishop. If he's not around and I still have my dark square bishop, yeah, that's going to be a problem for black. So this is a reason not to go in for this, even though it appears to win back the pawn. It is giving up a super valuable piece. Yeah, this is just losing here for black. They're underdeveloped and they're losing the exchange because of the mentioned rook d8, queen e8, leading to mate. So I guess I am able to hang on to this pawn. Well, no, excuse me, I'm not up a pawn here. But they don't have this tactic on e4 is what I mean. And they're in a tough spot then if they're not able to exploit my queen's position. Queens are off. I'm giving up the bishop pair with bishop g5. Did I have something better right around here? I'm not so sure. It felt weird to do this because it allows knight e4 and takes, and how am I developing with this bishop's diagonal open? Can't even play a quiet move like rook to b1 to defend and then move the bishop because it's covered. So it's quite tricky to even complete development if I'm doing something like this, defending this pawn directly with the rook. However, why wasn't I considering this move? Don't have a good answer to that. That's probably better. Yeah, the bishop, he doesn't need to stay on this diagonal. I should have played bishop b3, preserved my bishops, preserve my dark square bishop, and then just go from there. I imagine bishop f4, rook a to d1, and I'm up a clean pawn. Could even consider, once I have this a little bit more development in with bishop f4, I could consider getting to the 7th rank, and then who knows, maybe targeting f7 with the bishop and rook. Okay. And yeah, there's probably some tactics missed right around here. Something I could have done better. But yeah, at this point, I must be the better side being up a pawn. But let's see what Stockfish has to say about this one and what more we can take away from it. So give me a minute and I'll bring it up. Okay, Stockfish, let's see where we can improve. Where is there a shift? Kind of want to get right into this middle game where it is suggesting d3, not d4. Is there really an issue with d4? No. Takes, takes again. Knight takes. Wants to play. Takes d4. I thought it said d5 for a second, but okay, let's go with what was played in the game and what's being called for right now. E takes. E takes. E takes right away. I have this idea of e5, knight d5. Okay. They went with the knight. Pawn, queen takes. So this is fine. This is, there isn't any great tactic for black here. Computer suggests a6, bishop a4, and then d6. I'm happy with this. Straightforward play. Perfect square for the knight. You can imagine a bishop playing to this nice square f4 because it eyes up this soft point d6, rook a to d1. White has very nice play. Okay. Well, very nice play. I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but certainly comfortable to deploy the pieces, and it's black who's working with a structural defect. So on queen a5, knight c3, and now it wants to go with the d6. Odd move. Just allows me to grab the pawn, but wants to get some development in. So black is struggling here, actually. Knight c3. Wants to meet this d5 move with, did pop up e5, but capturing is fine, and that's what I went with. Bishop out. Yeah, queen a4 is suggested, that's what I did. Just want the queens off. Because now this is serious. This is the first moment where the knight is ready to play in the center and not, it can't be captured now. It has the support of the bishop, so if I'm making a passing move, this is a move already. Knight to e4, so it's important that I now get out of the line of fire. Queen a4. It's also just in general a good idea, right? I'm up material, so let's get the most dangerous piece off the board. Queen exchange. And yep, bishop b3, I should have gone with that. I give something up here. The bishops, so yeah. I should just play bishop to b3. And then what is there? Rook e8, bishop f4, real smooth. Okay. I don't know why I didn't see bishop to b3. Give up the bishop pair. What more was missed around here? Just a slight pull. Not quite a full pawn by any means. This dark square bishop is very strong. Back. What tactics might have been missed? Yeah, it's even-ish. Rook f3. Yeah, now it starts to like me. King g7 was necessary. Can't allow that rook to cf7 directly. So they backed up, and this allowed me to push. And how could I have done better here? G takes right away. Yeah, and takes like this with knight d5 right away. Improve the knight position, not the bishop position in this case. Look at all the different jumping points. He's tied in really well with this pass pawn. c7, e7. As we saw in the game, after I played knight to e7, there was maybe a second or two. Black thought for only a second or two and reasoned he's just way too good and annoying. I have to give up the exchange. A knight on e7 is hitting here, threatening mate even. Knight on e7 is threatening knight g6 mate combined with this bishop on b3. Yeah, so I should have improved the knight position here. d6 and knight to d7. I was going for this idea of targeting this pawn with bishop there and then bishop here. And now I'm just losing because of rook takes knight. Oh man, that would have been painful. They had a tactical opportunity here. Bishop e4, it's only working. This is only tied together because I have the support of the knight, but he could be undermined, he could be taken out. I think during the game I was only looking at, oh, the bishop could take the knight. But I would have this, and this would be working, because now I'm threatening a discovered check. I'm threatening to take a piece with the discovered check. I'm looking to remove a piece who is preventing this ensuing fork. But rook takes. There is no time for this because my rook would be unprotected. If I'm taking like this, well, just losing. Down a piece. I take here, they take there. And one other variation would be on this. If I'm taking with the pawn, now it's rook takes bishop. And I'm fighting two bishops versus a rook. Yikes. They had an opportunity. Was that the only opportunity? Rook takes knight? Maybe they mouse slipped this. Maybe they meant rook takes knight. No, probably not. They're there to defend f5. Bishop d5, it's holding it as around even, and as soon as the rook retreated, this gave me a second chance to get that knight d5 move in. Still holding as an advantage, knight d5, knight e7 it likes, and yeah, you have to give that up. Threatening mate. I think in the game I was only seeing it as a fork, but yeah, it's much more than that. They give it up, and I just wanted to simplify, although this is giving the advantage away. Yeah, I just wanted to make it simple. Rook g3 is better. Yeah, tough to really figure these things out. I just wanted to make it simple at that stage, or at this stage here in the ending. The king towards the center, and well, they just blundered here at the end of the time scramble, but yeah, that h3 move, I like this idea of the h3 move prior to committing my d-pawn. It's because of that e4 square again. I don't want to allow that knight to jump into e4 so easily. I want to have the option of maybe kicking him out. And yeah, it's sound here. As scary as it may look to be opposite the bishop, there isn't any good tactic here against the white queen at this point either, because of the super valuable dark square bishop that is given up with that variation. And yeah, I should have played bishop to b3 here instead of giving the bishop pair up, and I'm just holding on to a clear pawn. Okay, well, anyhow, I know it was a fast one here, the 3-0, but anyhow, feel free to leave any feedback in the comment section below to this video, as usual, and I hope you got something out of it. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.